This is the Spartan Body and Mind Podcast. I'm your host, Seth Winterhalter. Today we're talking about mindset. What's one of the ways to have a healthy mindset? What is one of the rhythms or routines to make a daily positive mindset, a mindset that's going to help you operate at peak performance, to actually accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish? Well, one of those is your morning routine. I think a great morning routine that everyone should put into their day, and this is, you get up, you do kind of your, maybe get some coffee, maybe kind of do some stretching, whatever you do, you kind of wake up a little bit. I wouldn't just jump right into this. I'd make sure you're awake and present of mind to be able to do this. But then take 2 minutes on each of these. 2 minutes on these three things. If every morning you started this way, I think you would be ready to attack the day instead of letting the day happen to you. So what are these three things? The morning routine is you look at fears, you look at truths, and you look at actions. Let's break these down. Number one, you ask yourself, what do I fear today? Now, that may sound really broad and general. And so what I mean is, and so probably the first thing you have to back up a little bit and you have to say, what's the context? What am I doing this in light of? And I would say you're doing it in light of the important things you want to accomplish. I think it's really important that maybe before you do this exercise, you have a sheet of paper, you have a note on your phone, something that you can really quickly read that tells you, what am I accomplishing today? What do I need to accomplish this week? What do I need to accomplish in the 3 months ahead, kind of the quarter, if the year is broken into 4 quarters? What am I accomplishing this year, Where are you going in life? Too many of us do not, and that doesn't have to be some long, crazy thing, Maybe just a few bullet points under each one of those, like, what's my to-do list today? What's my to-do list? What am I accomplishing this week? What am I trying to accomplish in the 3 months ahead? What are the big things, Maybe the 3 things, probably not more than that, 2, 3 things were the big things I'm focusing on, and maybe a year or a couple year plan. Like, what does that look like? And again, you can take that as you will. You don't need to have, again, the point isn't to have some huge, long written thing, but you need to kind of know where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, it's going to be really hard to talk about, what you feared that. But if you sat down, you can go back and listen to the I Don't Have Time podcast, the I Don't Have Time. That kind of walks you through vision, strategy, structure. But I'll just do a quick recap. How do you do goal setting? You boil down the goal. So let's say you want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, I need to boil it down. I want to lose 50 pounds. Not I want to lose weight, not I want to get healthy. Articulate it. What do you want to lose? I need to lose 50 pounds. It's specific. I need to set the timeline. To lose 50 pounds, if you're going to lose that in a healthy way, no more than 2 pounds per week, that's going to take 25 weeks. Well, you don't want to wake up going, it's week 16 of 25. And you got to break that down into short. So what I do is go, okay, that's 4 6-week blocks. So I'm going to think in 6-week blocks. So for these 6 weeks, I'm going to lose 12 pounds. That's my goal in this 6-week block, is to lose 12 pounds. So I'm going to set the timeline. I got 6 weeks to lose 12 pounds. And how? I'm going to diet, I'm going to be specific. I'm going to eat 3 meals. I'm going to hit 50 grams of protein in each of those meals. That's a huge goal for me. Activity, I'm going to do 10,000 steps a week. I'm going to do 2 days of a full body workout, Whatever your program is, write it down. How? So boil down the goal, make it specific, lose 50 pounds, set the timeline, 4 6-week blocks. So the first 6 weeks is 12 pounds. That's the goal. I'm losing 12 pounds in 6 weeks. How? Through diet, through activity. Don't just generalize it, articulate it, make it specific, and then do the why, Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to lose? Is it just to feel good? Is it because I want to be able to lose that weight so I can be healthy and play with my grandkids, so I can, so I look good for my wedding? Whatever that is, articulate it. Articulate it in probably the 3 ways, I want to feel good physically. I want to be energized. I want the energy to do what, Articulate. I want the energy to play with my kids. I want the energy to be man, vibrant throughout my workday. I get tired 2 hours in and I'm exhausted the rest of the day. Okay, that's not healthy. That's hindering me from accomplishing all that I can accomplish. So I want to physically have energy. I want to mentally be vibrant and awake and enthusiastic and joyful. I want to experience mental vitality, because instead right now I feel mental fatigue. I feel mental frustration. I feel just mentally checked out, and I know that my weight is making that a reality. I want to feel good. Why? Emotionally. I want the confidence. I want to look in the mirror and be confident about who I am. I don't want to be frustrated with I gotta find fattier clothes, right? I go to the wardrobe and nothing fits, and so I'm despondent and I'm frustrated and I'm just sad. Okay, no one wants to feel that, and so that's a great goal. Why do I want to lose that weight? Because I want to feel confident. I want to feel good about myself, right? That's not a bad thing. There's a lot of we shouldn't work out for vanity's sake. Seriously? Like, it's bad to feel good about yourself? That's stupid. Only fat, lazy people say that. Only people who don't want to do the work say that kind of garbage. And they say it because they want to feel better about themselves looking in the mirror, but they don't want to do the work, right? That's so unhealthy. It's radically unhealthy. So, set a goal, right? So back to the original mindset, the morning routine. You set a goal. You boil it down, you set the timeline, you figure out the how, you figure out the why. Now I can do that morning routine. So what's the morning routine? 3 things: fear, truth, action. Number 1 is fear. Spend 2 minutes and say, what are you afraid of? When you look at that goal, what are you afraid of? It might be, man, I'm afraid of that workout today. That workout, remember I was so sore last time? Remember when I went into the gym and I just felt fat? I felt stupid. I just don't have a lot of confidence in the gym. Okay, we'll work. I just write that out. Fear. What do you really fear? Now's not the time to solve it. Now's the time, and the first step of this routine is just to get it out on paper. Really articulate. I feel stupid when I go to the gym. I feel unattractive when I'm walking around my community in my baggy sweater and in the middle of summer because I'm afraid of how a t-shirt looks on me. I feel unconfident. I feel like this will take forever. I feel, right? What are my fears? What am I fearing? What am I feeling? What am I fearing that's negative? Take 2 minutes and really dive deep into that, because those fears are going to be there. And so you got to call them out. What are your fears? Number 2 then is speak truth. What's the truth? Well, the truth is, I don't look great right now, but I'm gonna, because I made a plan. I'm going to lose that weight. It's just weight. It's not like magic. It's not like, I'm going to cut my calories. I'm going to work out and have this calorie expenditure. But you know what? I still got to hope that the unicorn fairy comes and takes my fat away. No, it's simple math. Losing weight and being fit is simple math. You cut calories in a healthy way. You make sure that your nutrition is on point, so you're not just cutting calories and filling yourself with junk, or cutting your calories so that when you finally lose weight, you look skinny fat. No, you're cutting it in a mindful, intentional way. And guess what? It's just math. The body needs so many calories. If it doesn't get them, it's going to burn through your fat reservoirs, hopefully, if you do it right, or else it's going to burn through your protein, your muscles. That's where I see pictures sometimes. These clients are like, I lost all this weight. And I'm like, yeah, you lost weight, but you don't look good. Why? Because you did this stupid shake program. You did this weird diet program that did not preserve your muscle. Instead, it ate all your muscle. You worked out in a way that was highly aerobic. You didn't do any resistance, so you didn't build any muscle. You didn't keep the muscle that you had. Instead, you ate the muscle away. So you have to be mindful. Okay, that was a little soapbox. So you have your fears, then you speak truths. What are the real truths? The truth is that could be a reality. That fear could be a reality. I feel unattractive. Okay, but you're not going to. That's why you're doing the work. The truth is, I'm working on it. The truth is, I'm going to be attractive and confident. The truth is, it is hard. The truth is, yes, eating this way isn't my favorite, but I don't eat for flavor. I eat for fuel because I'm not a Pinto, I'm a Porsche. And Porsches don't suck on the nozzle of regular. They drink premium. Truth. You list out your fears. You start to list out truths, what you're going to lean into, and then you take action. Number 3 is you take a couple minutes, you go, okay, well, how do I need to act? What specifically? And maybe you already have that written down with your goals, right? With the distinct strategy and structure of the day. You already know. So you just, there it is. But you might need to do another action. You might need to say, you know what? Today's, I can feel it. Today's just a hard day. I'm going to call my coach. I'm going to reach out to my coach and say, hey, coach, like it's just hard. I need some of those truths re-encouraged to me. Okay, let's re-encourage it. Remember, this is the game plan. Remember, these are the results. We know we're going to get this. Remember, when you started 2 weeks ago, you looked worse than you do now, so you have changed. Remember, we're on the path. Remember, right? Do you have hype people in your corner? Do you need, right? Do you need, there might be certain actions that come out of those fears, truths, because it could be different every day. It could be different. All of a sudden, you have this other fear. Someone said something or someone did something, and now there's the fear of some derailment. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to balance this. Well, what's the truth? The truth is I have time. The truth is I can be creative. The truth is I have people in my corner that I can reach out to and say I need some help. What's the action then? I need to ask for the help. I need to say, hey, this situation happened. Can you help me here? Can you pick up the kids? Can you, whatever it is. I mean, that's me, right? It's easy for me to call out fears. It's easy for me to call out truths. If an action includes someone else, I have a really hard time because I don't want to be a burden. Okay, that's a fear. See? Sometimes you thinking about the action can actually reveal the fear. The fear is I don't want to be a burden. The truth is, this is what friendship is. This is what relationship is. If my relationships are all one-sided, I just pour out, but I don't receive, those aren't friendships. Those aren't relationships. That's unhealthy. And I'm unhealthy in it, and I'm making them unhealthy. They're not experiencing real friendship where you're allowed to serve. You're allowed to be a vessel of kindness, of generosity. And so I have to look at the fear and then call out the truth. And so I would just encourage you, the point of this podcast was what can you do in the morning to set yourself up for better success? And I think that's taking your sheet of your goals. What are my goals? What are the things I'm trying to achieve? Reading that and then having some time of just reflection. Take a couple minutes on each and say, what am I afraid of? In light of those things, in light of what I'm trying to do, that I'm going to make excuses. I'm going to be tempted to procrastinate. I'm going to be tempted to create excuses like I don't have time for this. This is too hard. When motivation is lacking, what do? My morning routine is I face my fears. What am I fearful of? What am I fearful of right now? And how do I just get that out of my system? And then once I'm honest with my fears, then I go to truth, right? Don't try to do fear and then truth. Just get all the fears out, because you'll probably do a better job of really going to the heart, the root, the dark places of your fear if you just dive into that fear and don't try to jump to truth too soon. Dive into fear, jump into all of it, and then once it's down on paper, then go, okay, what's the truth? What's the real truth here? What's just assumption? What's imagination? What's just irrational fear? How can I fight that with the truth? And then out of the truth, say, how do I need to take action? What do I need to take action in to make that truth a reality? Morning routine, fears, truths, actions. Go get after it. And if we can be a help, remember, your physical transformation begins in your mind. You need to own the mindset. That's why the Spartan program is a program of body and mind. The reason you have not achieved what you want to achieve in your body is because of your mind. There's some kind of excuse, there's some kind of limiting belief, there's some kind of thing going on that's keeping you from achieving. And that's what we're here to help. Right? My whole life is given to helping people operate at peak performance. And peak performance doesn't mean you're going to be some CEO of some company. It might. Or it just might mean you're going to be the best dad. You're going to be the best mom. You're going to be the best worker. You're going to be the best community member. You're going to be the best at what you are designed to be. So, get after it. Go do it. Set a morning routine. Conquer your fears. Believe in the truth and take action. Until next time.